All right. It's 6 o'clock. We're opening the public hearing at this time on the 2026 final budget. We're going to go 5 minutes a person to speak. We have first up Victoria Merenson.
Hi, Mayor, council members. We don't have a microphone here.
Speak loudly.
City of Winlock has not passed a clean financial audit since the fiscal year 2018. As we consider this budget, I have to be honest, I am deeply concerned. I actually wasn't planning on scrutinizing it until after we got in. I thought, oh, I'll just deal with it. But when I saw the agenda item, City Administrator, I felt I needed to understand where those dollars were coming from. And if you learn anything about me over the next few years, it's that I'm an accounting geek. I read budgets the way some people read novels. So what does this one tell us? First, it shows that the clerk assistant position has been eliminated. And apparently, this helps make room for the new administrator cost. It also shows that the mayor's salary is slated to decrease for any incoming mayor, a reduction that only applies to the next person, not the current one, per council direction. But when I started plugging these numbers in, they did not look properly allocated. And as Brandon has told me eloquently so many times, I have done this job for exactly 0 days. So I thought, okay, I'll call a professional acquaintance, a city administrator, and ask about specific allocations. For instance, for the police department. And for a minute, I'm gonna pause and pass out what I've been passing out. Sorry, I figured you know it. For instance, with a 20% allocation to the police department, my friend, city administrator, she allocates 4%, which is correct if you look across the board at the clerk and the treasurer. This raises the question that keeps resurfacing. Why, with multiple audit failures behind us, are we still choosing to ignore the underlying compliance issues that created those failures in the first place? Budgets are not just numbers, they are legal documents. They assign authority, they establish accountability, and right now, we are preparing to approve a budget built on structural problems that have not been addressed. My goal is not to hinder transition. It is to ensure that every dollar is lawful, every process is defensible, and every employee knows exactly what the law requires of them. We cannot solve 6 years of audit failures by creating new positions without first fixing the compliance gaps that caused the failures. Winlock deserves transparency, it deserves accuracy, and it deserves a budget that will finally pass a state audit, not another one that kicks it down the road. Please, council members, do not pass this budget. In the less than 2 hours that I allotted to look at it today, there are too many issues. Please, please wait and let's get it right.
All right, thank you. Next, Rick Orr. Rick? Is there anybody out in the hallway named Rick?
Yeah, I just signed in, that's all I did.
Oh, okay, yeah, sorry. This is to speak. All right. So you don't wish to speak?
It's good. It's good.
Let's see. And I'm sorry. Your wife, does she wish to speak as well? You guys just signed up, correct? You didn't sign up to speak?
No.
Okay. I just
I
want to make
think
sure.
when they came in, it kind of misleads of what it was laying out there for.
Yeah, it looks like you
It
just signed in.
says city
and
council
here.
public comment sign in, so public hearing. I just want to make sure I'm not skipping anybody. Johnny Hawksgrove.
My phone number is if you want to write it down. My phone number is 206-708-5365. it was interesting watching some of the expressions on your faces while Mayor-elect Marenson was speaking. It was interesting. I'm a Winlock resident now, a year and a half. I'm a professional accountant. I'm a patriotic American. I've had Vicki Marenson in my house for dinner. I've had Brandon in my house for dinner. Several times I've had both of them in my house. I offered to put both of their campaign signs in my front yard. One of them said yes. There is a budget before us tonight that this city council, Jess, Jeremy, Jody, Chuck, and Lindsay, they want to install a city administrator, a $74,000 salaried city administrator.
Whoa.
Since 2019, this city has failed its audits.
Johnny, would you please address the council?
Sure.
Council meeting,
Thank you. Thank you, Brandon. The city has failed its audits since 2019 and has done nothing to fix it. As a patriotic American, I am disappointed in my city council for inviting a situation where someone, and let's face it, they want Brandon. The city council wants Brandon to stay in City Hall. I like Brandon, and I'm grateful for your service, Brandon. But city council you're trying to pull a fast one here.
Yeah. Yeah.
Why not take $74,000 and hire an accountant, not me, but hire an accountant, a professional accountant.
Yeah.
I encourage you to table the passing of this budget tonight and to reconsider the city administrator position. I encourage you to table the budget. Thank you.
Thank you, Johnny.
Thank you. Thank you.
Rosalind Britton.
My name is Rosalind Britton. I've been here for 5 years. I came from Redmond. I'm an old New Yorker, moved here 50 years ago, and I have to tell you, New York is a clean place compared to here. I really am saddened by moving here and seeing what I see in the city council and the mayor. There is no accountability. I looked at the budget. I have looked at many, many things, and you want to go on and do a budget for next year, and you want to hire people when you're out of order. And I'm looking straight at you because you're the chief. You're the one in charge. And I don't care how many people sit at this table, they're following you. And I'm gonna hold you accountable. This needs to stop. And anybody that doesn't vote for Vicki, it's gotta be somebody on your team somewhere. Because I know there's a lot of crap going on, and I'm not gonna bring it all up, but I got a list of things. Any budget, any hires, anything like that should not be done. Thank you.
Thank
And
you.
thank you, everybody here, for showing up.
Yay.
Alicia Hornberg.
Hi, good evening. My name is Alicia Hornberg, and I'll be actually taking council seat number 5. come January. This is the first time I've addressed you all as the council, and I'm excited to meet each one of you a little bit more in depth as we have these sorts of conversations. Something about me that I don't think you guys know is I worked for Lewis County for 16 years. Hard decisions were made over those 16 years. Decisions I didn't like to make, decisions for the greater good, decisions that are nothing about one person in particular. We're asking that a vote for a budget of over $6,000 a month be spent for one person? One. $6,000 a month. It's excessive. It's extravagant. And I'm gonna disagree with what the person before me said. I don't actually hold Mayor Brandon responsible because he's not the one casting the vote tonight. You all are the ones that are casting this vote. I'm asking you that you look at the budget that is put before you and you make that hard decision. It isn't about one person. This is about a city, and you have the power to say no. You have all the power to say yes. But I'm asking that you ask those hard questions tonight before a budget is just shoved down your throat and basically demanded that you don't look at it. We don't want to talk about it. Let's not have the hard discussion. Let's have the hard discussion. I'm asking you guys to vote no tonight. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Joshua Sayer. Saylor. Sorry, I'm sure I butchered it. I apologize.
Well, I thank you for letting me speak. I feel a little out of my depth. I didn't come here to talk about the budget. I'm part of the church, the Catholic Church over here.
I'm sorry, do you want to speak later then?
Yeah, actually, that might be better.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, thank you.
I see Evaristo on here as well, probably for the church as well. Okay, all right. I'll have to make some marks there so that we can remind me later. All right, is there anybody else in the audience that wishes to speak regarding the budget? Go ahead.
Council member, my name is Joy Promise. I have Eagles Nest Community Kitchen Mobile Pantry. I've been serving Winlock for over 4.5 years. I have the big green truck that parks right across the street from the IGA. You have an opportunity to make a difference. When you have a city that can't be accountable for funds that are gone, and these are hard-paying taxpayers, and they need and they demand transparency when it comes to the budget. How can you sleep at night? How can you sleep at night when you know money is gone and you can't even be accounted for? That's it's a crime. It's a crime. It's a crime when you have thousands and thousands of dollars since 2000 and some say 18, 19. When is it going to stop? When is the bleeding going to stop at the cost of these taxpayers? When is it going to stop? You can stop it today by not approving a budget. And a position is open, it is probably already filled. Who's applying for the position? Will it be fair for the next person? Will it be Brandon so he can still stay in power? Mr. Brandon. So he can still stay in power. So he can still micromanage the city of Winlock. City of Winlock deserves more. I tried to bring in STEM programs here. We opened up a place right next to Sahara's Pizza. They came out with cameras. Kids deserve more than just looking at eggs. They have video games and in their buildings, and kids can only walk by and just look at them. How can you sleep at night? When the kids graduated from school, 92% of those kids at Winlock High have to support their families because they have to leave school to go to work to support their family. You can make a decision. How can you sleep at night? When these kids graduate, they leave here because there is no hope. It's not about money, y'all. It's about a future. It's about a future that you can make a big decision. I drive from King County to deliver food for these people who deserve better than what they are getting. $6,000 a month. How about we fix this budget? How about we, fix the audit, clean up the swamp, clean up the mess, and make it right. Make it right. I'm very good at body language. I'm very good at discernment. I'm a pastor too. And I'm pretty good at discernment. Mr. Brandon, you had people come down there and take pictures of what we were doing, and they reported right back to you. Because we wanted a STEM program. We wanted an educational program for the kids. They deserve more, and these great people, the city of Winlock, deserve more, and the fight is not even over, it's just begun. Because there's a point in time that people get tired. And when you get tired, you get tired. They deserve change. The kids deserve a future. And the city deserves transparency. Where is the money, and why are you so afraid of an audit? Thank you.
All right, thank you. Is there anybody else that wishes to speak? Anybody else in the audience? Is there anybody out in the hallway? I don't know if you can hear me out in the hallway, but if there's anybody out there that wishes to speak regarding the budget, the time is now. No? All right.
Excuse me, I know it's law, so if it's law, then make it right. Thank you, Ms. Lindsay. Thank you so much.
I do have a question.
Sure.
How many people in the audience would like to see the budget not passed? I mean, there's a lot of us.
Okay.
There's a lot of them out there. They don't want it passed.
Thank
They
you.
want it to maintain the way it is until she gets into office.
All right.
We have to have the budget.
All right. If there's
That's
anybody
how much she's
online,
involved.
if there's
Maybe she
anybody
should've
online,
showed up.
hold on, guys.
Hold up,
I'm gonna try and
we'll get our chance.
Try to give people the opportunity online to speak. If there's anybody on Zoom that wishes to speak regarding the 2026 budget, you may unmute yourself and speak at any time.
Can't have them on the screen.
How many people do we have? There's 15. In case it was too loud and there was too much background noise, I'll say it again. If there's anybody on Zoom that wishes to speak regarding the 2026 budget during this public hearing, you may unmute yourself and speak at any time. All right, hearing nobody online, is there anybody else that wishes to speak in the audience?
I've already spoken, but I want to be clear. There is a mechanism where you don't pass the budget and you do emergency expenses only. You pay your payroll, you pay your bills,
Right.
and you pay your insurance, and you just allow the fix to happen.
For the next 30 days.
All right, anybody else? All right, I'm gonna close the public hearing at this time. All right, you ready to switch over?
I have it all online.
All right. I'm gonna open the council meeting at this time. We do have a quorum. Would everybody please stand for the flag salute? I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, approval of agenda.
I'd like to make a motion to amend the agenda to change number 16, for the interlocal agreement to say resolution 2025-13 yearly renewal of interlocal agreement. We'd also like to change number 17 from interlocal agreement to say resolution 2025-14 yearly renewal of interlocal agreement. I'd like to change 18 from interlocal agreement to resolution number 2025-15 yearly renewal of interlocal agreement. I'd like to remove number 19, the interlocal agreement for the Winlock Vader site sewer inspection service, and change number 20 from surplus vehicles to resolution number 2025-16, surplus of city vehicles. And then I would like to add 26, the purchase of the police vehicle.
All right, do I have a second?
A second.
I have a motion and a second to approve the agenda as amended. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Old business. Does anybody have anything for old business?
We got word back on the property up the street that was wanting to purchase, that easement or that piece of property that we had next to 408. They, we have given them the paperwork and everything, and they have not responded back to us, so just so you guys know, that is just, it's in their hands and not in ours, so. We have made the attempt like they had asked, and so that's where it says, so.
Any other old business?
Did we ever hear back from Ben Arroyo about the fencing for the high school?
Fencing, it's done.
Oh, it is up?
Yep.
Okay.
Yes, I wanna thank them very much for helping us.
Yeah.
Anything else? All right, mayor comments. We have volunteer of the year coming up, so start thinking about that. Maybe wrap your head around some choices in town. A lot of people doing a lot of things. There's a handful of folks that have gotten it multiple times, but there's plenty of people out there doing some stuff. So start thinking about that. It's that time of year, and we can maybe move forward with that on the next meeting. And also, per TIB and our engineer, Devin Jackson, we were awarded today an ADA update, multiple locations in Winlock, a grant from for the amount of $394,915. Total project cost upwards of $415,700. So that's a good thing. So we're going to be making $400,000 in ADA improvements in Winlock here.
So is that to help out with the one down there that we wanted to take care of over by the school?
Yep. Washington and
Yeah,
and
thank you.
Benton there. Yep, absolutely. So that's a good thing. All right, council comments.
I would like to just thank everybody that helped out with the donations of the food bank. In saying that, we have a lot of families out there that are actually gonna receive a meal, gonna receive some what we did was we put together gift cards to give the families. So everybody that had a hand in that, I just wanna thank you guys for stepping forward and helping out.
Any other council comments?
Same thing. I'd like to thank, I just asked a local home builder here in town for a donation from the food bank. He said absolutely. I dropped that off down there myself, and the ladies there pretty appreciative. Anybody can do that. And same thing, thank Paul and all the ladies at the club. They have a tip jar set up over there now with multiple boxes, collecting canned goods and macaroni and cheese, stuff like that, and then also just cash. So that's appreciated too. All you gotta do is ask. And there's a lot of people around here that will donate. So again, thank you.
Thank you, that's fantastic. And if anybody wishes to donate to the food bank, Chuck, what are the hours? What's the best way to donate to them?
This week, the food bank is closed, but we do, if you get on the food bank website, on the Facebook webpage, you have all the contact information, and you can contact Riley Camps. She's the manager in there, and she'll help you guys out if anybody's interested.
Thank you. Any other council comments? All right, we'll move on to department reports. Community Development Director, Mr. Webster.
All right, so we have the 56 permits. I've actually wrote a couple more. So there's 58, 59's coming, but we're up to right around 92 permits overall, lots of property improvements. roofs, fences, things like that. And right now, we've produced like almost 13,000 feet of stormwater and sewer lines over the last few years, and we're up to 15,470 feet of new water lines in the city. So, and then you guys will be doing the comprehensive plan tonight. That stuff's all been a lot of work over the last year. We've done the comprehensive plan and the climate resilience plan that they require us to do. We've updated a lot of updates, but we're better than most cities because a lot of our stuff was kind of done in the 2005 era. But we will have to probably go through and do a few ordinances on buildings and things like that.
This is just for submission to Commerce for review, right?
What's that?
This is just for submission to Commerce.
Yeah. It's just a draft.
And I talked to him about it, and he's gonna talk to him about making sure that there is the right wording in here to make sure the tiny homes and stuff are in there, so that way we're set up for the future. Because I know a lot of us have talked about tiny homes, you know, over the years, and we just wanna make sure that we are allowed to have them and everything.
Yeah, because ADUs can't be more than half the size of the parent home. So if you have 1,500 square foot home, you know, 750 square feet is the max you can have for your ADU.
Those will come through the development regulations that'll be implemented over
Yep.
the 6 months.
Yeah.
Cannot be half the size of the red loan.
Yeah, it can't be more than half, over half the size, yeah.
What is the minimum for a house currently?
I mean, we don't really have a minimum, but, you know,
Yeah, it's.
we don't really have it in our codes for
Yeah,
a
most of the
minimum,
cities
but we figure like it's usually 750 to 800 is like a statewide thing, so. If we don't have it, then we just revert back to whatever the state RCWs are. You can be more restrictive, we just can't be less restrictive than whatever the state comes up with. And most of our codes are more restrictive.
Except for, yeah, I'm not gonna get into that.
Anything else?
Yeah, thank you, Robert.
Okay.
Thanks, Robert.
Oh, all right, wanna give a finance update, Jerry?
Yeah, so we had a finance meeting Wednesday. Just to let you guys know, as of October, we're $281,888.32 in the green. We're in the positive. So, and that is as of October.
All right, thank you, Jeremy. All right, we'll move into public comment, agenda items, limited to 5 minutes. Please state your name for the record and step up if you, let's see who signed up here on agenda. Victoria Merrickson, you are up on this one.
Thank you everyone for coming tonight. I very much appreciate it. Good evening, council members, and this I'm talking to you. I want to address the proposal to create a new city administrator position. I am not opposed to discussing changes in our form of government or new hires, if those changes are truly in Winlock's long-term interest. But decisions of this magnitude must be made transparently, thoughtfully, and with full public involvement. This hasn't even been mentioned before. Not rushed through in the final weeks of an administration that the voters have just chosen to replace. They were chosen to replace because of this very type of action. Decisions pushed forward with little information and without regard to public concerns. Public comment is not a box to check. It is your job to listen to the public. You are their representatives. And I'm thinking some of you have gotten phone calls and emails and texts. Major structural changes should be made by the leadership team who will be actually responsible for carrying them forward. The timing alone raises valid concerns, and Winlock deserves stability, continuity, and trust.
Yeah.
So tonight I'm asking you, Lindsay, Chuck, Jody, and Jess, to please.
So you won't even say my name?
Well, I'm sorry, I am not putting you out, Jeremy. It's just these people are continuing on. You are not going to continue on. You won't be impacted by the brunt of it.
Okay.
So
So I'm not a citizen
No,
anymore
you
either?
are you are a
Well, okay.
citizen, but I'm asking these people who are gonna be on the council and gonna be dealing with
Lindsay
this.
won't be on the council.
Oh, okay, well.
So, all right, so thank you.
But, you know, you are here to represent the citizens.
Yeah.
And you guys are gonna be here if there's a fallout from this. So that was my point. I respectfully ask you to abstain, or ask to be tabled, or ask it to be no. It is not the end of the world. We don't have a budget and we don't have a city administrator. Please be ready to be part of the solution. I wanna work collaboratively with all of you. We want to do a great job. I wanna do a great job with the staff. But some of this stuff can just wait.
Thank you. Jonathan Lever.
Pass.
Pass? Alright. Jay, promise? Jay? Okay, sorry. Alright. Now return to Emma?
This is for a non-agenda item.
Oh, okay. We will circle back to that one later. Thank you. Mike Lowry, non-agenda? And Dawn, okay. Is there anybody else that wishes to speak in the audience at this time of the sign up?
I do.
Johnny, go ahead.
Johnny Hocraft. My phone number is 206 708 5365. The budget is on the agenda at the end of this agenda. I'd like to point out, yes, passing a budget is the law. Passing a budget tonight is not the law.
Right.
Completing a successful audit is the law. The last 2 audits have failed. There are key consequences for cities that fail audits repeatedly. And I'm going to tell you 5 of them. Number 1, cities may be required to repay misused or misallocated funds. We don't want that to happen. Number 2, states, like the state of Washington, can withhold grants. 3, the city can be forced to not receive its tax distributions, meaning the sales tax can be withheld from the city of Winlock until we get our shit together. 4, cities may face lawsuits. 5, the 5th consequence for failing audits repeatedly is interventions from state authorities. The budget does not have to be passed tonight. Lindsay, Chuck, Jody, Jeremy, and Jess, please vote to table it tonight. Thank you.
Good job.
Yeah,
man. Table that.
All right, is there anybody else in the audience that wishes to speak? Anybody in the hall?
Question.
Maybe you can't hear.
Quick question.
Yes. Yes. Would you like to come up and
Not
speak to
really, but I'm sure people can hear me, and I know most people know who I am, so. John Sprigmore, so. The manager position, what's his base, what are you basing his base salary on? I mean.
Good question.
The base salary was very similar to the rest of the department head salary.
Okay, and then, does that include benefits?
Yes.
So the 76,000.
No, there's additional money.
That's retirement, insurance,
That's not all included in that number, no.
that's benefits.
The 74 is just wages, that is not all encompassing of all.
So
taxes,
another
wages,
third
and all that
can be
stuff.
tacked on top of that.
Yeah, there will be additional, yes.
Oh.
That's where I get the 125 number from.
Yep. And
Is
who's
there
gonna
a-
pay that? Taxpayer.
That's it, yeah.
Is there an education requirement, like, at that salary level?
Would you like to make a statement to the council?
Well, I mean, I will. My name is Gerald Merrill.
Thank you.
I'm born and raised here in Winlock. I've been here for, off and on for 50, 60 years. First grade here, graduated in 1979, joined the military and was gone.
I grew up in the house just right down the street down here. I just sold it last month. A big white house with long red steps, been there for years. It was built in 1904, matter of fact, it was neat, just repaired it. Anyhow, I grew up in this town, I've seen it grow, I've known quite a few mayors over the town. And the thing about it is, when it comes to the community, we are as a community as a whole. And whatever the city council does is for the community. And when they throw positions out here, I've always learned that if somebody's leaving a position and somebody's coming in, why do changes right then for somebody that's gonna come right in, just have to deal with it?
Right.
Let the new administration and all the parties work together on the budget like you've talked. You can pay the bills. You got emergency methods to do things, pay the bills, table the position, because there's so many things involved. If you're talking about a job that's at $75,000 up to $100-some thousand, you know, I'm from the state of Washington. I held 2 bachelors and 2 masters. I'd be glad to have a job like that. I hope the standard's that high.
Yeah.
You know, but I'm just saying is, and then there's ethics involved. You know, in state government, when I left, I worked with the Aging Long-Term Care Support Administration. I couldn't work for 5 to 10 years in certain fields holding contracts outside once I retired from the state of Washington. So, because there would be conflict involved. And am I getting that position because I'm looking for myself or somebody I know?
Right.
You know, like I said, there's things that can be tabled, should be tabled, and let the new administration take hold of.
Yeah.
And it's only fair. I wouldn't want to take somebody else's problems and have to deal with them and fix things as they move on.
Right.
So, you all have the authority to do something. And some things you can do and some maybe you shouldn't do. So like I said, please respect the incoming mayor and the new city positions that are going to be taken. So allow them the opportunity to make Winlock a great town and thrive. So I'm just thinking, think about that a little bit before you do something.
Thank you, Mr. Merrill. Is there anybody else that wishes to speak?
I do.
Okay.
Simone Bailey. 3003 Winlock, and I've lived here for about, since May. I guess what I'm listening to is there's a lot of conflict, a lot of lack of transparency, and a lot of people are angry because they don't really know what's going on. So I think that tabling the budget sounds like a pretty good choice because, well, here you go. I'm a little concerned when I saw the agenda and the ordinance for city administrator. I just had kind of a couple questions to think about. When was it proposed? Why was this position needed now? What will it cost? We've heard that. And do the citizens of Winlock have a say at all? Or is this just gonna be kind of poo-pooed aside? So I think tabling the budget might be a darn good idea because there seems to be a lot of conflict already. So I think listening to everyone makes pretty good sense to me. And I think to answer some of the questions regarding the city administrator, just why, when, and how this came about. Because there seems to be a lot of just conflict and just miscommunication, probably. So it's just to kind of get some understanding going on, might be a good idea. So maybe put a hold on everything until everyone's kind of clear what's going on. You know, and that could reduce a lot of the turmoil that's going on for you guys too, so.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Is there anybody else in the audience that wishes to speak?
I just have one question. Oh, maybe 2. Okay, in this new position, that's $100-some thousand.
What's the responsibility?
Correct. What's the responsibility, and Mr. Brandon, will you be applying for that position?
Good question.
We will get to that part of it during the.
No,
agenda.
I just asking you a yes or no question. Will you be applying for that position?
I will answer all those questions and explain what I have to offer when we get to the
No,
agenda item. This is, you're addressing the council at this
You know
time.
what the
You're-
answer
You
is.
have 5 minutes.
Well, it would only take 1 minute to answer. So will you be applying for that position, sir?
I will answer the questions when we get to the agenda item.
Okay, and that position, and it seems to me, and if I've got it wrong, that the mayor's salary, that the new mayor coming in, will be decreased. Is that correct?
That is correct due to the ordinance.
This is just, we can address this later.
Yeah.
Why? We're here
Ordinance has
now.
been this way for years. Every new mayor gets an allotment of money for, and we give them raises throughout the years or services due. But every new mayor starts out at a certain set, and then they build up for however long they've been here. And then it resets when a new mayor comes on. In fact, it used to be like $250, but we have raised it like $500 now for a new mayor, because the 250 was set way too low. So a year or two ago, we raised that number for the new mayors.
I respect that answer and I appreciate it, but I just came from one question and it shouldn't take, we'll get to it, it's either yes, I'll apply for
The thing is,
The only reason why,
Yeah.
the only reason why he said he'll get to it is because it is on our agenda,
Right.
and we don't wanna jump the agenda with questions.
I apologize, I'm not trying,
Yeah.
we try to keep the public comment as just a comment, not a Q&A.
Right, right.
And it is an agenda item, and we
It's
can
just a
discuss a lot
comment.
of these questions.
Yeah,
We really aren't supposed to answer questions.
well,
We hear what you say.
you're the voice of the people, so.
During these, it's
So
just
if
not
if the people can't ask a question and you can't represent the people, what do the people need you
We
for?
need to have a separate audit. That's what we need.
It doesn't make any sense.
That's what we need.
And you clearly said it in front of the people.
Yeah.
So why are we having these public comments when the comments don't have any merit? It don't have any weight.
They'll be
That was a disrespectful answer.
But that's how.
I understand, sir, I understand, but it was disrespectful for
I'm not
these
trying to
people.
disrespect you, but
I
that's how it
understand,
works.
I understand. You're not disrespecting me. It was a disrespectful answer that should have been thought about before you released it. Because these people have jobs, they pay taxes, and they wanna know transparency. You're creating a new position, over $100,000. You get grants for $300,000, but you can't account for thousands of dollars, hundreds of thousands of dollars. It just doesn't make any sense. It's just like 2 + 2 = 9.
Ms. Jordan?
So I'm just saying,
I'm not saying we're not gonna answer the questions,
I
I'm just saying
realize.
we're gonna answer it when that position, when that time
I
comes.
understand. What I'm saying is there's a lot on the table and there's a lot
Yes,
of
there
mess.
is.
And they definitely need a maid to clean it up. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I just have one more thing to say. I think there's a lot of people here tonight that have invested a lot of time and a lot of energy in this community before we ever got here. And I respect every one of them here because I've met a lot of them, they've helped us out, they've given me directions. I don't walk well, I've had people say, hey, can I help you? They deserve more than you're giving them. Every one of you should be ashamed of yourselves. I have never seen, neither, you're right, it is unbelievable. You're absolutely correct, I'm glad you spoke up. Because this is not the way it should be run. You should be transparent tonight.
Thank you. Is there anybody else that wishes to speak? Yes, sir. Sorry, there was somebody behind you, sir, that raised their hand. Just a little quicker.
Yeah, my name's Rick Orr. I didn't come here to speak really, but now I'm gonna speak. I've lived here for 23 years. I've seen this town go downhill every year. You can't budget the ballot or anything. And then you get a woman that wins as mayor, and you wanna put a new position in, so somebody's gonna go over her, and they're gonna control her, and she ain't gonna have a say in nothing.
That's right, yep.
You know, that's terrible. I can't believe
That's
that this
right.
board even thought about that. It's sickening. I read about it on Facebook, and when I saw it, I thought, how could any one of you on that board ever
That's
say
right.
that? Why didn't you even vote for a new mayor? Why didn't you just discard her out and get rid of her? You know, this is sickening, and you should be proud of yourself. Buddy, you lost.
Yeah.
Take the losing that you lost and go on about it. Quit trying to open up a new position to where you get more money.
That's right.
And this is $100,000 for a new position when you can't budget the ballot for 5 years. My God, what are you thinking?
Come on, Rick.
This is terrible. I mean, you guys, you're right. The group system has said, how do you sleep at night? I don't know how any one of you guys out there sleep at night thinking that this is what you want to vote for.
So how are your positions, how are they, have you voted in?
I'm sorry, there's somebody else that wishes to speak. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Jonathan Lieber. I'm new to the area, retired from the state of Washington. And
What's your name again?
Jonathan Lieber. And I was just, I retired from the state of Washington. And when I saw this on Facebook, I was really surprised. I thought it was a joke. I was like, I mean, clearly you lost, and it sounds like it's a backdoor way to get in.
That's right.
I mean, I was really surprised that this was even, and the fact that you guys haven't passed your budget, good lord. The state of Washington's not far from perfect, but you know, we keep up on the budget. I was really shocked when we make the 2019. Good lord. So anyway.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
One more thing. I'm
Yes.
sorry, I'm sorry.
Don't be sorry.
So I asked the question, and there's another question, when can people get the answers? And I think the thing that I'm hearing is, you know, has something, don't laugh, has something changed or happened that led to this proposal for city administrator? Don't laugh.
She won.
And from the council's point of view, has something changed recently? And I know that you all can't answer those questions, and I think just to know when can the questions be answered would be very helpful to reduce some of the anger that's happening. I think people are really frustrated right now because they're not necessarily not being heard, but not getting the responses that they're looking for.
You're being heard. It's number 24 on the agenda, and it will be discussed at that time.
Okay, no, I'm sorry,
Yeah,
I'm sorry,
no
I just thought I was trying to kind of diffuse a little bit, but, and I think a big part of it too is, where's the funding coming from? Is it going to affect property taxes? Is it going to, you know, so, I think just to answer, just kind of clarify where this is coming from, why is the city administrator needed now, what happened recently, and who thought of it? So just some of these basic questions might help.
Sure.
Okay?
Thank you.
Thanks. Thank you.
Is there anybody else in the audience that wishes to speak? Anybody in the hallway? I don't know if everybody can hear me out there. Is there anybody in the hallway that wishes to speak?
Does anybody out there wish to speak?
All right. Is there anybody on Zoom that wishes to speak? For public comment, you have 5 minutes. You can unmute yourself at any time.
But this is a big fight.
This is Marty Poirier. I live here in Winlock. I wasn't able to make it down there in person. It sounds like there are a lot of people there. And I am very, very grateful for that. Thank you for everyone who decided to show up and have their voices heard. I just want to talk about some confusion about the process. You guys are there right now taking part of the political process, making your voices heard. This is a time for you guys to say anything you want about the agenda items or non-agenda items. As the council discusses it, when they get to the agenda, that's when the only time you're able to know collectively what they think about that subject. It is illegal for them to discuss it in a group outside of a public meeting. Now, just like many of you, I was surprised when I saw it on the agenda. I first saw it, I think, 2 days ago. And that's why I'm tuned in. I'm tuned in right now to find out more about this and why they think it's here. So I think we just give them time to explain. I also want to point out that if the new administration comes in and they want to change anything, they can. The new council, the new mayor, they have the power, just like this one does, to change legislation. And I'm excited about what's going to happen in Winlock in the next few years.
Yeah.
I just find it disheartening that every time we have a major change in Winlock, it seems like the sky is falling. The same thing happened when Brandon became mayor. That council chamber was full of people who had issues with the previous administration, and Brandon said he was gonna come in and fix it. And now that he's going, the same thing is happening. I really want the people of Winlock to try to figure out how to break this cycle and come together as a community. Thank you.
Thank you, Marty.
Thank you, Marty. That's good.
Thank you, Marty. If there's anybody else on Zoom, you can unmute yourself and speak at any time. I have a motion and a second to approve the 2024 interfund loan. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. All right, next on the agenda, ordinance number 1189. An ordinance of the City of Winlock, Washington, creating the office of City Administrator, enacting rules and regulations concerning the appointment, duties, authority, and policies of the City Administrator, creating a new section 2.10.060 of the Winlock Municipal Code, and providing for severability and establishing an effective date.
Excuse me, do you not have a microphone? It's really, you can't hear.
I don't, I'll speak up, I apologize.
I mean, if you don't have one, I'll loan you guys one. I have 5 or 6 of them. I mean, doesn't Winlock have microphones?
Go get it.
I mean.
To be honest, most of the time when we're having meetings, there's like 2 people here and my voice carries a little bit easier. When I'm reading, I'm looking down, it's not projecting as well. I apologize, I'll speak as loud as I
Well,
can.
I'm serious, if Winlock doesn't have a microphone, I'll give them one.
Thank you, I appreciate that.
Okay, I'll bring you one down.
Thank you.
Okay.
For the public or
That's
for
how you get
council?
things done.
Council is,
Yes,
Okay, we're allowed to discuss this?
Yes.
yes,
And do we direct it just to each other, to the?
yes.
it's our meeting.
So, I know this is the hot topic, and everybody wanna have their voice heard. As a council member, we are expected to hear the voices of the people. And, I think we do a good job. As a council member, I believe we do. I also had questions about this position. But this position is no secret, and it's not an early idea. It's an idea that's been in the making. And I've been, you know, that question's been answered. This is not a new idea. This isn't something that just happened. This is something that should have happened during the last mayor election or the mayor before that. I understand the position now. We don't want the new mayor coming in with the same problems that our previous mayor came in. Establishing this position helps the new mayor. It doesn't hinder the new mayor. It doesn't oversee the new mayor. It helps the new mayor by being the foot on the ground. I've looked into this position and I've even looked at the difference between the position of the mayor and the city administrator that we are trying to pass here. And I only see good for the mayor and for the city of Winlock. I'm hurt and I'm kind of embarrassed that the city would come in here with no acknowledgement of the position, but to make their voice heard. The position, I'm sorry, I'm speaking to you guys. The position, if I'm wrong, correct me, is to help the mayor.
Yes.
It is not to undercut the mayor. It is not to give the mayor less power than the mayor position. It is to do the groundwork for the mayor and for the council. So the position still answers to the council and it answers to the mayor.
Yes.
Okay,
May I ask a question?
this is just council right now, ma'am. So when I see an issue that's here to help the city, I'm for it. I am for it. It does not create an issue where the city's gonna be at loss. And when I say that this position isn't just, see, folks came in here with the idea that Brandon was gonna be the one for this position. This position is gonna be open to any and everybody And I hope we get somebody in there with experience, because we want our mayor to proceed. We want her to progress and keep moving forward. We don't want her tripping up on any past events. And so I agree with the position, and I think we as a city can use all the help we can get.
You know, Jody and I had our financial meeting Wednesday. We were asked to eliminate this position by the mayor. The mayor said, do not put this position in. Because he wants to balance the budget a little more in the black. And I'm talking $30,000 difference in the budget. And to me, that number does not justify what this position could bring for the city. You know, when you're talking the millions that this city deals with, when you're talking $30,000, it's, you know, that position is huge for the city. You know, and this is nothing that's new, like you said. This has been something that's talked about many years. I've even said
Every other city
I've even talked
city
with
administrator, right? For the most
not
part.
every, there's a lot.
Okay.
I've
So this
even
is not
talked
new
with
out there,
Kathy
then.
Chastain about this position. I've also talked to Kathy Chastain about going to a different form of government. You know, the city is growing. This city is the third largest city in Lewis County. I don't know if you guys realize that. We are the third. We are bigger than Applebine. We are right under Chehalis and Centralia. Chehalis and Centralia are a 7-person council with an appointed mayor. That's the form of government that we should be switching to. There's a lot of work to move to that form of government. It's not easy, and this is a step towards that. It's a small step towards that for the city, and that's what the city really needs. Whether he's there or not,
Right, the position is needed, whether, as long as we have someone who's experienced with running the city, understand the projects that's going on, and are willing to alleviate the mayor of all of the work, but still have a voice.
Such confidence, thank you.
Well, we're here to support our new mayor, so.
You only have 2 hands and 2 legs, ma'am.
And there's a lot of groundwork, and I see nothing but positive from this position. Anything that can help this city move forward, I'm for.
Yeah, I definitely see the need for the position.
Well, and something came up earlier as why is this being brought up now? Well, our population wasn't big enough to need a council manager position before. No matter who that is, I want to see people apply. Many people.
I can appreciate
The first woman mayor, and this is the response. This is astounding.
May I speak?
Yes.
I can appreciate the fact that it should be up to you to hire the person for the position. And I do agree with the need, and I appreciate everyone's concern over whatever ideas they came up with. That's relevant because that's what you think. I don't believe it, but I do understand the need for this position. But I do think that the mayor, the new incoming mayor, should be able to be the one to interview for this situation.
Thank you.
Yes, I agree with that.
That's how it's set up.
It is set up for the mayor, council members, and 2 head departments.
I am not opposed to the position, but there are financial needs and expenditures. You have an attorney here, and this probably needs a CPA. And we probably need $30,000 this next year.
Based on the information that you just received, well, I'm sorry, I'm not trying to address you now, but based on the information, we are in the positive. We have enough money to pay off loans. Money is not the issue that everyone thinks it is. We are not negative, we are positive. So with that money, we would like to invest back into the community. We're not trying to hurt the community, we're trying to invest in the community. But folks are so wrapped around who we're investing in and not what we're doing with the money. So what I'm trying to do is be transparent and let you guys know that the money isn't going in the pocket of a person, but back into the city. I don't know how else to make it clear to you guys. I'm glad you're here. And I wish I can explain it more, you know, video to explain to you guys, this position is still under the mayor and the council's authority. He does not, whoever this person is, does not get to run around and make decisions on his own. He does not get to go around and spend money like he wants to. He still answers to the mayor and the council.
Or her.
Or her.
Marissa, and our attorney is here. I don't know, I mean, if there's something, do you wanna address the position of administrator at all? Versus, I think there's a common misconception between the mayor council form of government and an administrator and the council manager form of government, which is different.
The council manager form of government is different. It's created under 35A13. We're not under that. We are, the city of Winlock is a council mayor form of government. The city administrator is created by the council. It's their baby. It's what they create, and there are powers and duties set by state law for a city manager, whereas here the powers and duties of the city administrator are set by the council.
Exactly.
So slightly different. The effective date on this ordinance is January 1st. That was done on purpose to allow the new council coming in to be involved in the hiring. Specifically, that was what I was directed to do when this was drafted. This is taken from several different cities, how other cities operate. City of Westport being one of the ones that was more recently has created this position. But with the city manager, such as Chehalis or Centralia operates, they are like what your current mayor is today. Boots on the ground, doing all the work, hiring, firing, all of those kinds of things. Obviously confirmation by council for some things. Whereas here, the manager is like the administrator is going to be the go-between, like kind of like the buffer. Like the mayor is not going to need to have to be here. I have some cities where the mayor is working 10 hours a day every day in City Hall, and you don't get paid. There's no payment. But instead, the mayor's directing in this position would be directing the administrator on like goals, policies, hiring, firing, such as those things. Does that answer your question, Mayor?
Yes.
I believe we all understood. Thank you, Marissa, but I think we all understand what position you're creating.
Is there any other discussion? I did mention that I would address that question, and I called Victoria this morning, and I said, I am aware of what was put out on the internet, and unfortunately, with everybody here and it being filmed, I usually don't address it a ton. I think that it's appropriate this evening to discuss a great evil I would consider within our community. An agitator, a manipulator, someone that takes a newspaper and creates lies on purpose to manipulate and deceive the population.
We're back on the newspaper. Okay.
And you can see it when people come in, oftentimes red-faced, completely ignorant of what is going on because of what they read in the newspaper. It's pretty unfortunate. It's been going on for years. It happened in the previous administration. It's happening in this one, and I guarantee it will happen in the next administration. We have people sitting at this table that have been
I'm going to address that I
meeting.
called them and said, look at the agenda.
Order, ma'am.
Agenda.
Order, please.
Yes, sir.
There's people that have been on this council, multiple, under different mayors, and have dealt with it. It's done on purpose, it's done maliciously, and it's gonna continue until people in this community say enough is enough. There's plenty of people here that know better. And there's plenty of people here that know what's going on, and they feel like they're on the other side of it, and so they accept it, think it's okay, but it's not okay. There has been turnover in this community for years upon years. You see it within coaching positions, you see it within principals, superintendents. All the nonprofit organizations have been gutted at times. Turmoil in this office, and oftentimes there's a common denominator behind it, but nobody wants to talk about it because everybody's afraid of winding up on the front page of it. I've been pretty vocal about it at times, largely I just ignore it. But oftentimes, that cancer circulates and pollutes this community. And quite frankly, there needs to be, the word discernment was brought up earlier today. I think that she has since left. There needs to be some more discernment when reading these articles, whether or not you believe it or not. There's the Chronicle version of what happens at council meetings, and then there's the Lewis County News rendition of what happens at council meetings. I urge everybody to go read the difference in reporting, and then ask yourself, is this professional? Do I think there's any truth to this? Ask yourself that. And if you have any kind of the right kind of heart, you're gonna question what comes out of one of them. I can tell you that right now. As far as me applying for this job, I called Victoria this morning. I said the only way I would apply for it is if I had the support of her and the new administration. Period, end of story. If people want me to be here to help and bring my knowledge from the last 6 years here to help her, under her, I would be more than welcome to do so in that capacity. I'd be happy to. But if I'm not wanted, don't want to be here. I'm not interested in fighting with anybody. I'm only interested in continuing what the good things that we've done in Winlock and move forward. That's what's important here. That's been my stance on it. As Jeremy spoke earlier, I actually mentioned removing it. The council's proceeding with this. I wasn't going to say anything about it because oftentimes as a mayor, you get to execute orders. You get to execute the budget, you get to execute the ordinances or anything that the council comes up with. And it's not my job as mayor to necessarily argue with them over it or out them over it. The reason that we've had such a tight-knit council for 6 years now, we've had different council members. The reason you don't see us fighting in this room is because everybody at this table genuinely has the best interest of this community at heart. I know some people in the audience today feel otherwise, and that's fine, I respect that. But there's a lot of things that people at this table know that people out in the audience that you guys don't know. And there's some things that we like to be transparent on, and there's some things legally we can't be transparent on. There's a lot of things that we've drug forward from years in the past that were never addressed, that are still kind of haunting us today, that we are working through. With the state auditor's office, with their treasurer, our attorneys. So to say that an effort hasn't been made is actually just factually incorrect. Everybody at this table wants to see Winlock move forward in a positive, respectful manner. And I think that that's a big difference that you see from this go around than when I set foot in this office at that time. And I'm hearing many of the same talking points, many of the same things were said then, and I know where they're coming from. It's the same manipulation, different day. And many people don't know that, and that's fine. But I have to say that. Many do know what I'm talking about here. But to that point, the reason we don't fight is we all have a common goal of doing what's better and what's best for Winlock. And these council members, contrary to popular belief, are amazing individuals within our community, and they understand this budget, they understand these ordinances, they understand what we do better than most people think, because they are involved in this, they are involved in the community. They don't just set foot in here for a couple hours twice a month and just ignorantly look at stuff and then vote on it and go home. There's been dialogue questioned at sometimes. People want more dialogue. There's been some dialogue at times, there's been a lack of dialogue at other times, but there isn't a lack of understanding in this room. Sometimes when folks don't talk for 10, 15 minutes in circles, 20 minutes in circles in here, it's not because they're not discussing it for transparency. It's because these individuals know what they're looking at. They understand it. They get these packets and they read them days in advance before they even come in here. They have a firm understanding of what they're looking at. That's why sometimes people don't feel like there's enough conversation in this room. But they know what they're looking at. They do have the best interests of the city at heart. And so does the staff, and so have I, every step of the way.
And we've learned, Jody and I have taught others, we've taught you guys, if you guys have a problem, you reach out to the clerk, you reach out to the treasurer. How many of them actually call you?
I get reached out to, people are always asking questions,
What's your
and it's
time?
very important.
The most of the general, it goes to the clerk, it goes to the treasurer, you know, if there's a money problem, we have a voucher problem, what's this voucher for? Open arms, come talk to me. This council is the most transparent that we are legally allowed to be. Yeah, go for it.
I'll stand up so you can hear me. I get a lot of complaints that I'm too quiet, and I never fight the mayor, I never do any of that, I never do anything. I actually do prepare for all this stuff. As far as transparency, that's, I'm very transparent on everything that I possibly can be. Probably too transparent. More transparent than I should be, but I do it anyway. I tell you where I'm coming from, what I saw, what I based my decision on. You know. The only thing that I'm not transparent on is litigation, executive sessions, things that we can't be transparent on. So this transparency thing is a great thing to put in the paper, it's a great talking point, and everybody's parroted it. What would you do differently? When you get into office, you're gonna find out there's some things you cannot discuss. That's it. Everything else, everybody knows. And if you don't know, that's you not paying attention, because it's out there. Everything is out there. It does require a little bit of people. We're not gonna send a flyer out once a week in the mail. It gets thrown in the garbage, just like the Lewis County News. Nobody's gonna read it. You can read the minutes, it's on the website, it's all there. We're not hiding anything. Other than litigation, executive sessions that we cannot talk about. Everything else is transparent. Now, I grew up here. I wish Gerald was still here, I wish John was still here. I grew up here, left in '90. I came back in 2020. My dad was on the city council. We all know, going way back, there have been mayors that resigned. There have been mayors that only were the mayors so they could move their house next to the creek and change the ordinance. We've had mayors that just wanted to get around zoning things for restaurants. We all know that. We've had mayors that are completely embarrassments, absolutely corrupt over this town's history. This thing about the city manager, and when I did leave, I went all over the world, but I was in Tacoma for a long time, which was an S show up there. Until they hired a city manager, a pro. You still have the city council, you still had a mayor, but they hired a professional manager. And that guy, two of them basically, turned everything around. All that new stuff, Tacoma downtown used to be awful. They turned that all around down on Pacific. That's all because of the city manager. You don't have swings every 4 years. Hard left, hard right. Crazy, not crazy. Corrupt, not corrupt. You have continuity, and here's the biggest thing, this is why I'm for it. For the city staff, water and sewer, the clerks, Robert, everybody that works here, they can't get jerked in a new direction every 2 years. Who are they reporting to? Now they have a boss. We still supervise that. They get treated like a normal employee. Now, I do get a lot of phone calls. I do get a lot of text messages. I do get a lot of emails, but I actually talk to people. This, coming from me, is to protect this town. I don't want to see us end up like Toledo. What happened with Toledo a few years ago. That's just flat out embarrassing. But if you lose an entire staff or some staff, if you become unfunctional, and oh, by the way, they're people. They got their asses sued off. And that all got settled. It basically bankrupted the town with hostile workplace lawsuits. I don't want to see that, and there's no reason for it. Come too far already. I'd love to do more than we can. But again, our hands are tied. The public doesn't know that. My top 3 agenda items, it was nope, nope, and nope. We can't do anything. We can't put a crosswalk across 603 and you blame us for that. It's the state. not us. I wish I could, but I can't.
We can't fix the sinkhole, that's also the state.
It's the state. I wish I could. It's the second biggest complaint we get. We can't. Again, your hands are tied and you're not gonna know that till you get into office. And I agree with Lindsay. I'm for this position. I'm not trying to pull it, I don't lie, I'm not trying to pull the wool over anybody's eyes. I'm for this into the new administration. Not right now, then. Not subverting everything else. Everybody needs to tone it down a little bit. Really. I really mean that because it's getting pretty ugly. But believe me, every single phone call and every single business owner, everybody that's talked to me is very worried about the incoming. Not the existing, the incoming. So just because you're the loudest doesn't mean you're right. And you don't have everyone on your side. You don't. I know that and you know that. I hope you know that.
Of course I know that.
It's people are a little weirded out. So let's tone it down.
That's what you want.
I really hope we can tone it down.
Exactly what you want. That's what you want.
But just to make it very clear, I am for it, but I'm not trying to get it in ahead of time. We can vote on it, it can take effect, or it doesn't have to take effect. I'm fine with tabling it, but it can happen into the next year. But really, I've seen a city manager work. It works well. Works well for everyone, and it's a big time protection for the city and all the citizens themselves. The last thing I want to do is bankrupt this town with a whole bunch of lawsuits. So, like I said, I'm willing to table it. I'm for it, but I'm willing to table it. I'm willing for it to take effect after you come into office. But just think of it that way. And I hope you could hear me.
Thank you, Jess.
Any other discussion?
I guess I just want to say that, I mean, I know I've said a lot, but I just want to let you know, Mayor, the new mayor coming in. The decision that the council is making is to help you, genuinely, to help, not to undermine.
Then let's do it together.
We will.
Let's do
We
it
will.
together.
We're not doing this behind closed doors. You will be part of it. But it's genuinely to help you and to alleviate some of the workload that you're gonna be coming into.
But it can wait. It can wait 6 weeks to talk.
I'm just letting you know what the position is about. It's about helping you. So, I don't know how else to make it more clear. Are you, anybody else?
I'll make a motion to approve ordinance number 1189.
A second.
I have a motion and a second to approve ordinance number 1189. Any further discussion?
I'd like to table it.
I'm not gonna vote one way or another. Do I have to?
You can do nothing. You don't have to.
Okay, abstain.
All right, we have a motion and a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All those opposed?
I'm for tabling it.
All right, all those that abstain?
Aye.
All right,
Abstain.
motion is dead for lack of a vote. So I'd entertain another motion at this time. If you want to table it, then we would need a motion to table it.
I motion to table. Whatever ordinance this is. Ordinance 1189.
A second.
I have a motion and a second to table ordinance number 1189. Any further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Abstain. Aye, sorry.
Alright, so, all those opposed?
Aye.
Alright, so it's 3-2, ordinance number 1189 is tabled. Alright, next on the agenda, ordinance number 1190, an ordinance of the City of Winlock, Washington, adopting the annual budget for the City of Winlock, Washington for the calendar year 2026 and providing for the effective date hereof. So effectively, with tabling the ordinance, you wouldn't be able to approve this budget as written because it has that position.
Alright.
I see that, I saw that.
Can we approve it without it?
So do we table
Or
it?
do we table it? Or should we table it?
Problem is what they don't realize is if you don't pass that by the end of December,
Oh, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
we are gonna be in serious trouble.
Right, I understand that.
So-
Can we vote on it with that excluded right now, or we can vote it on the 8th with it excluded? That'd be my,
That's why this ordinance was put in there now, to approve now, and not get hired for until Jan 1, is because it needs to go into the ordinance or into the budget,
Because the budget needs approved.
because the
before.
budget needs approved, and so otherwise you're not going to have the money in the budget for next year, and so you're gonna be in the red when you do approve it Jan 1.
Because it's not budgeted.
Because it's not budgeted.
Right.
This can also be tabled until the next meeting as well. Which-
well, what's our drop dead date where we have to get the budget done?
December 31st.
Okay.
So the next council meeting would be the 8th and the 22nd. The last council meeting would be the 22nd that we can
The
approve.
8th would be better.
So how many more times do we have? Is Jill still here?
Yeah, it's fine. It is.
So we
If
should
you
table it for
table it,
next meeting?
You can move it till the 8th, yeah.
How many more after that do we have to approve?
I mean, you have one other
Just because we budgeted, we don't have
meeting
to have
after that. I
one
mean,
extended.
realistically, 22nd would be the last meeting.
Right, how many more times do we have to do? Because we have,
It can be budgeted. I can talk to
It
you.
can be,
We can budget
we
it,
can
just
handle
not
it. If we have to do a special meeting, we can do a
Yes.
special meeting.
New hire, new hire.
The levy rate has already been sent, that's
Correct.
the November 30th, that one,
Right.
you made that deadline, but you really should do it first.
Right.
well, it's just because I know we have a final and then a final, and then, you know what I mean?
This is the final.
This was the final
This is the
public
final
hearing,
one.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
So-
so you can do it the 8th.
The 8th is fine.
Yeah.
And just, so people here heard what I said, we can budget for this and then still not do it.
Yeah.
Correct.
100%, okay.
I'll make a motion that we table ordinance number 1190 till December 8th.
All right.
Second.
I have a motion and a second to table ordinance number 1190 until December 8th. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. All right, next on the agenda, procurement, police, I'm sorry. Fair. We will have to go around 26 because that would be budget related, 2026. So now we'll move on to, yeah, we can table it.
Is that gonna be there, or are we gonna run into?
We're gonna have to table it.
Eric's phone.
It is what it is.
I'll make a motion to table the police vehicle.
I have a motion and a second to table the police vehicle until December 8th. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Next on the agenda, executive session under RCW 42.30.110, potential litigation. We should need probably about 20 minutes, I imagine. I'll recess the meeting at this time.
Can somebody have my phone?
Yeah.
Does anybody have a phone
if you shouldn't have. It's hers.
Where's my phone?
I'll go out and ask in the front.
She's calling. Somebody's calling you. No, I brought it in. I left and said I gave my
You know, my name's on mine.
Yeah.
I brought in some chairs.
He has his before. The meeting is today.